Hey guys, welcome to week seven.
Hi
Seven?
guys,
Seven. Welcome to week seven.
lucky number 7.
Almost the end. Hopefully you're still hanging in there. We want to share what we're up to this week. We're gonna do video game design. I know
Yay!
um let me share my screen so we can look at Google Classroom and see what's in there for this week. We will have why is this not closing? There we go. We will have the week 7 checklist in there, just like you've always seen. And we are still in there editing that. So we got movie trivia coming up next Tuesday.
Come play. It was fun today.
Yeah. And then, the same thing. Your teachers are still adding in there. So why does it say 6th grade? Oh, never mind. We still have to edit this to say week 7. That's okay. We'll get to that later. Anyway, so in our morning announcements. So this is grayed out because it's not live yet, but we are going to work on game design. So what you will do, here's the doc here, you will decide on criteria and constraints for what you think a video game should have. A video game, and this could be for any type of video game, a racing game, an arcade game, the little Tetris game you play on your phone, first person FPS games, whatever kind of video type game that you like.
And that means you're all going to have different answers. There's not a right answer for this because the games I enjoy are way different than the games my kids enjoy. So make sure that you really look here at the numbers, how many we're asking you to come up with. Don't just leave them blank because that's what the rubric's going to look like for a proficient score.
Right. And for constraints, let's say if you were designing a video game, the kind that you like a side scroller, like, Mario, or an arcade game, kind of like Tetris, what would the constraints that you would be under to make a video game like that? So name 1 or 2 of the most limiting constraints. So you might think of a whole bunch, but think of at least 1 or 2 of like what's super, super limiting so that you can get to the most limiting. Then you're going to evaluate. We have permission. We're going to evaluate 3 different video games made by your favorite STEMsters. We have Yosei Hori this week. Gave us permission to share a game that we want you guys to play that one. Dylan Owen from 7th grade, and then one that I made.
So Ms. Brabant, we're playing video games this week. That's our homework.
Yep.
Okay, just checking it out.
Yep. Wait, does it say it on the doc here that you're actually going to play a video game? Video game design. Okay, so it has it there. So when your parents see you playing a video game, look, it's for my assignment. It truly is. So
Okay.
You have to play it so you can see if it met the criteria that you decided should for a fun video game. Then you're going to list those criteria here. Guys, copy and paste from above.
And make sure you label them. Don't say criteria number 1. I don't know what criteria number 1 is because yours is different than the next kid. So please put in criteria. It is fun, or you can beat it in a reasonable amount of time. Make sure you have a very clear criteria written.
Then for each of the games that are here above, you're going to rate them on how well they met that criteria. So on a 1 to 5 scale, and 5 means that they fully met that criteria. If you said that it has to have flashing lights, well, did it have flashing lights? It had a lot of them, then you can put a 5. If it didn't have them at all, then it's a 1, not 0. 1 means it didn't meet that game criteria at all. Then you're going to suggest, or no, you're going to respond here, which video game best meets the criteria. And you're going to make that claim and support with evidence and reasoning. Then you're going to think about we have all these comments still here. You're going to suggest ways you can improve that video game so it meets your criteria.
And this, again, needs to be a very specific improvement. It is not generic, like, okay, it has flashing lights. It needs flashing lights. Well, where would you add the flashing lights? It needs flashing lights at the end when you catch the donut. So be as specific as possible.
Right. Now that we're saying Catch the Donut was bad video game, it's pretty great.
Just an example.
Yosei is pretty great at making games. Then for the level 4 opportunity, we want you to think of a game that's not listed, not the 3 games that we gave you here in this doc, but any other game that you like to play. So Tetris. Rate that game.
Go through the same process for that video game.
Sorry, I had a.
You're good. So you're just going to do the same thing for that video game. So my favorite video game is Super Mario Brothers. So I would put Super Mario Brothers in there and compare it to my criteria.
That's it. So
the other thing I noticed, Ms. Bravant, we're not actually making anything for our assignment this week.
Nope. We're looking at already made solutions, and we are rating them against criteria that we think a game should have.
Great. Which then leads us into our second assignment for this week, which is our trait survey. So next week is the last week of school, and grades are going to be due. With that said, IC is closed now. You guys cannot see your grades until the end of the year. So if you aren't sure what you're missing or you have any questions, please, please, please reach out to your teachers this week, regardless of what class it is. For our classes, we're also asking for you guys to give us some feedback on your trait grades. It's been a while since we've been in school, and so we want to make sure you guys have a voice in this. So for each of the traits listed below, you're going to think mainly when you're at school, but you can also consider remote learning. How respectful were you? How prepared were you? Did you take risks? Did you persevere? Did you take pride into your best job every week, or did you just turn in the fastest thing you could turn in? So you have this quick survey that you need to take for us so you guys have some feedback before we put your traits into the gradebook.
So then you've probably seen this before on your report card at the end of the semester. The scholarly habits is what they might be on there. And then this is what will be on the report card.
Great.
Also, back to video gaming. So our extension activity this week is a contest. We provided some websites. If you've never ever made a video game before, maybe you've got your own thing, but here are some video games that, or links that you can make video games. And I can't talk today. And then some of them have tutorials, and if you want to use the tutorials, great, but you can always scale them up. Like instead of just do the tutorial, then, oh, I'm going to add this. Oh, I'm going to add this. And make a cool video game. And then to enter your game into the contest, you're going to use this set of slides. I should have had this open. You're going to share the criteria. You're going to share a link to the game, and you're also going to share a screen capture of the game.
And here you're going to use the same criteria that you came up with on our assignment today in part 1. So it's not reinventing the wheel. You already have that done. Now you're going to create your own game. And the winners have a $10 gift card to Amazon that will come to them at the end of the school year. Right there. It's here.
It's dancing. Yeah. Okay.
Happy dance.
Cool. What else?
I think that's it, guys. We're super proud of you. You're doing a great job. We know that this has been hard. I would tell you that for perseverance, I see a lot of perseverance happening out there. So make sure you grade yourself high. None of us expected this, but you're doing great.
Yep. You guys are doing a good job. Can't wait to see you in August.
Yep.
I really hope that we go back to school normal.
Me too. So have a great week, and we'll see you guys next week for the last week.
The last week. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.